Alrighty. I saw this vidya pop up on my YouTube. I'm kind of curious. Uh, I saw this thumbnail and I was even more curious. And apparently, this is a mouse. Okay? So, this lightweight gaming mouse will haunt you from Logpile Gaming. So, I gotta see this thing, dude. 100%. Let me see this.
So it's not clickbait. This mouse really will haunt you, and I'll explain why shortly.
It's so tiny. Like, you still had to abide by the honeycomb design. Dang.
So I stumbled across the precision
But look how thick the cord is compared to this thing. The cord looks massive.
gaming gear Titan 1 on Reddit, of all places. And the post I read is linked below if you're interested in the details. So this is a mechanical engineer's passion project, and if you
Okay.
look through their post history, they've made some other mice in the past too, all with precision and pen grips at
Ooh.
their core philosophy. The bottom
Okay.
line is,
My latest mouse project following my previous fingertip mouse. I have now been maining my previous prototype for 3 years with excellent results, so I thought I would try something different. A 15-gram pen-shaped fingertip mouse. Oh. Okay, this could be interesting. Like, the whole concept of, like, this type of thing is, like, you are most accurate with, like, in terms of, like, writing lines and things like that when you have something that resembles a pen in your hand. You can see this in other, like, M&K games, such as, like, Osu. The tippy top people in Osu all have, like, little tablets and pens and shit like that, doing all that quick shit. It's like, woo! It's crazy to look at. You can get, like, pretty high in Osu with, like, a regular mouse, but the tippy top, it's all like these pen on pad things, which is very interesting. So to see someone try to, like, try to innovate this half an egg thing, this is pretty cool. I'm interested.
the chap that built this mouse is fucking awesome. And thank you, Olaf, for sending me the unit for this review. The Titan 1 is the Precision Gaming Gear brand's first release, and as the name suggests, it is made of titanium, which is pretty unique, actually. Most
Okay.
metal mice are made of magnesium. The mouse shell...
Okay, so isn't magnesium that, like, a really, like, a kind of more expensive material? Isn't that the material, like, all those final mice made out of? It's, like, very durable, but very light.
is 3D printed, and I had no idea you could 3D print with titanium as the material.
That's pretty cool.
The
Ooh, look, and he got a nice ass mouse pad. That's very cool. I like the design, and he playing Apex. Woo!
mouse weighs
Ooh, and he playing ranked with this thing.
22 grams, which is the lightest in my collection by a long shot, actually.
Yeah.
And the shell was optimized by an algorithm.
The titanium shell was designed by a computer optimization algorithm that removes every material that is unnecessary to structural integrity. That's pretty cool. The results are these weird organic shapes. All right, we like organic shapes. We're all about utilitarian curves and shit that make it very light, but also insanely strong and only flexible where I want to. Okay. And then, bro, this looks like a shoehorn from hell. This is so funny looking. But, hey, if it works in your hand, fuck it.
Algorithm in order to remove all unnecessary material without impacting structural integrity.
Mm-hmm.
The mouse feels rock solid.
Oh, wait. And you have, like, a little mass index thing. So, like, all this green stuff. Okay, so the scale is, like, must keep is, like, yellow, solid yellow. And then okay to remove is, like, kind of purple. But I don't see any purple. It's kind of, like, gradient. It's more like blue. But we have this, like, kind of yellowy stuff. So this is, like, all this yellow stuff has to stay. but like the blue stuff could go, but then you'd have to figure out how to maintain this piece. But whatever.
In my experience, the algorithm really worked. It has a left click, a right click,
That's how
and a
you hold that
scroll
thing?
wheel, but no mouse 3 or side buttons. It is also wired, and the cable runs out of the back of the mouse.
Bro, I tried to, like, I was talking about this in like another video. If there was some way to like kind of like take a wad of clay and just like form it to your favorite mouse grip, I was like, how would that even be possible? But then I see this shape, and then I'm like, okay, this actually makes sense.
So it comes out to the left, which I found to be a little bit awkward, if I'm
Like-
honest. I'm still working on ways to manage that without it getting in the way. I'm also not a huge fan of the scroll wheel. It doesn't have an awful lot of grip on it.
And is the wire coming out like the back, like inside? Like if this is a righty, if you like aim with your right hand, is the mount like the wire is seemingly coming out of like the bottom left, so it would be like going into your stomach, essentially.
It did break in a bit over time, and I'm glad it has a scroll wheel, but it isn't a great implementation. The PCB is a 30.
Like look at that, like I'm trying to like figure out the movement. You have to take your finger off the trigger, but you do that anyway with like moving your finger left and right.
360 sensor with hot swappable switches that are hardwired debounced for a 0 millisecond response time. So I'm going to shamelessly read a section of the creator's Reddit post now, because I can't write it any better than he did.
Okay.
So quote marks here. Modern mice already have less than 1 millisecond of electronic latency. So I found another way to reduce the felt click lag, and the answer is mechanical latency. In this mouse, you don't actually press down the micro switch, you release it. With a bit of mechanical wizardry, you can activate your mouse 1 micro switch around 10 milliseconds faster than a Razer Viper 8K, as an example. Now that all sounds very clever.
Dang. So with the new keyboards coming out with either SnapTap or SOCD, you got the movement is getting quicker. And now we're going to do mechanical latency with about 10 milliseconds of mechanical latency speed up. This is pretty cool.
And I have no way of testing this, but I love the engineering that's gone into it, and you can really see his mechanical background shining through here. So if you look closely at the back of the mouse, you can see when I click the mouse switch is released, and that is such a cool click mechanism. Runs all the way through the mouse to the back.
Okay.
It's so clever. So that's all the spec.
Wait, so when you click in, I'm trying to like imagine this. Like, let me go back. Click demo.
So if you look closely at the back of the mouse, you can see when I click the mouse.
So he pressed it down. So this is the front of the mouse. He's just holding it like this is the back side of the mouse.
The mouse switch is released, and that is such a cool click mechanism.
Okay, so he's doing the activate on release thing, essentially, is what I think he's talking about. So instead of like a button where you click down to activate it, the button is always down, but then when you click the button, it releases. And so it's activate on release, essentially. So that could be pretty cool. That's a really cool concept. I dig that.
Mechanism runs all the way through the mouse to the back. It's so clever. So that's all the specs and mechanisms explained. I'll give you a quick tour of the mouse now.
Oh, he almost plat. With this thing.
And as you can see, the right click switch is on the side of the mouse. And this feels quite strange initially, but within an hour of use, I'd got used to it and felt completely comfortable using it.
Okay, yeah, that is weird, because like if you do this, and essentially you have like the top part, like you're using the inside of your middle finger to like depress the inside of the button. But that could feel like it feels unnatural when your fingers are like splayed out. But I could imagine that this feels really, it feels better when your fingers are like really close. Like there's a little bit of left and right movement that you can have. I don't know how accurate you could be, like for like, I mean, you just saw like the guy, he's beaming people. But anytime you like, you try to introduce like side pressure in a mouse when aiming, if the other side of your hand doesn't have like an equal amount of force to like neutralize it, that usually, I mean, at least with me, I mean, with this mouse, it's like it causes like a weird shake that I have. I mean, I'm not perfect. I don't have like the most best aim, but I'm not like a slouch either. Um, so it's very interesting.
I was surprised to realise that actuating the switch took minimal effort and didn't actually knock my aim off target, which was
Okay.
a concern at the start.
Yeah, I mean, I just stated that, but I mean, if he says if it doesn't take that much pressure to activate it, that is, I mean, that's very cool. Um,
It's designed to be held like a pen, and although it kind of succeeds there, I find I hold it in a different grip due to comfort and the position of the sensor. I typically hold a pen with a slight twist in my wrist, but if I do that with this mouse, it throws the sensor off at an angle, which makes aiming tricky. Then if I straighten my wrist like Olaf does in his hand cam videos, my battered wrists aren't very comfortable in that position. So
okay, wait, let me get it. Let me hear again.
comfort and the position of the sensor.
Uh-huh.
I typically hold a pen with a slight twist in my wrist.
So, shit, I don't have a pen near me. Whatever. I mean, I got like this little fan remote, so like, I mean, if I'm writing with a pen, I don't, I would have to like rethink my entire like concept of like what I want to do with my hand then if I'm trying to do that. Like, because you need some sort of like stability, because I mean, at least with me, I just like palm grip my mouse or whatever, and if I try to like fingertip this thing like that or claw it, I'm usually more comfortable when a like a little piece of the mouse on the bottom of the mouse is like at least set somewhere like on the inside of my hand for like stability. Like if it just, you know, set somewhere so I have some sort of control, because if I just let my fingers like do just the moving, I don't know, maybe it's like a thing I need to practice, or I'm simply just not good enough. My fingers aren't the most like still things like on my hand. And one thing that I heard before is like there was this one kid that got like really high rank in Valorant, and he actually used like a pen on like a drawing pad or something like that. And he said one issue that he had with the pen was that it was really hard to like maintain like absolute stillness in the pen, because even just resting a pen like without like doing anything, like just resting it there, it like kind of jiggles. There's like a little bit of just jiggle that your hand just naturally has. I mean, yeah, you could probably like just take a couple deep breaths and like slowly like focus in. I mean, that's fine. But I don't know, maybe this like weird design kind of solves that, where it has like a little bit of stability baked into it. But I don't really see anywhere that like you could set the mouse like inside your hand, because you got like a screw right there.
Wrist, but if I do that with this mouse, it throws the sensor off at an angle, which makes aiming tricky. And if I straighten my wrist like Olaf does in his hand cam videos, my battered wrists aren't very comfortable in that.
Yeah, usually, well, this is like a grip preference thing, like trying to make the mouse like line up with your like radius and ulna and like pointer finger so that everything is straight as like the de facto grip, and then putting like a little like angle on it like here. um I don't know, like maybe it could work. You have to have a really, I think you would have to have a lot of just raw control to begin with to even like use this thing.
Position, so I can't hold the sensor straight in that pen grip. So I've adapted my grip and found an approach that feels more like I'm colouring in with a crayon than it does to holding a pen. The way the mouse sits in my hands makes it feel not like a mouse at all, and I barely notice it in my...
And then he got the dots on it on top of it. All right, pretty cool, pretty cool. And also, I mean, I know this is like kind of like some early version. He probably wants to get like the cord coming out of like somewhere else or whatever. Trying to get like the cord. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like a stopping thing. If you have like a little piece of the cord, maybe it could be like a brake to like just push on like the bottom side of your thumb. But like knee-jerk reaction, the cord being there looks really wonky. But I don't know, maybe it still works.
Grip. It's completely comfortable, and I feel as though I'm aiming with my index finger, you know, really just pointing where I want the cursor to go. This is the coolest aiming experience I've ever had. This unique approach to mouse design.
Oh, and he got Kovacs. Look at that. All right. All right, he's got ascended tracking, 90%, 90 invincible fixed. Got some decent frames.
Has enabled me to beat some high scores by a good 25% that I have.
Okay. And he's doing the tracking stuff. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty cool. I don't know if it's like, it could be the mouse. I don't know. I'd probably have to see the, like, how do you test that? To see, like, if your gains were gotten from the mouse versus you just doing the same scenario more.
Haven't even gotten close to in recent months. When I'm in flow.
And I will say it does look like he's on a pretty high sense. He's doing like just a lot of wrist movement. So like, I don't know, something under like 30 cm. All right, so pretty decent smoothness, get good percent. All right, not bad.
State, there's nothing that I prefer to use than this mouse. You know, it's incredibly intuitive to use.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at the score. All right.
Even though I've not used anything like it before. The Titan 1 is absolutely tiny too. You know, it's dwarfed by...
Oh yeah, I got this thing. I tried it. Which one did I get? Did I get this one or did I get that one? I forgot. I got one of these and I tried it for like a week. Or did I get this? I don't fucking remember. I don't know where it's at. Whatever. All I'm saying is like, I got like one of these mouses, the little tiny ones. I tried it for like a week and I was just like, this ain't it for me. It just is not cutting it. I get the concept, but the thing that I figured out about myself when I use this mouse is like, I really like some part of the mouse being hugged up against like either like the mid part of my hand, like right there, or like maybe like on the like the meaty part of my thumb, something. But that's just me, and it's just like a simple stability thing. But I don't know, maybe if you're like really good, you can just use like all of these things, and this like fingertip is just not an issue for you, and you just got a stable ass hand. That then, I mean, shit, maybe this could work.
All of my other tiny mice, but despite its size, I've been able to use it for hours on end without any discomfort once I'd adapted my grip, of course. So the reason this mouse will haunt you is because it's by far my favourite fingertip mouse. But you can't buy it anymore. Olaf made one batch, and as far as I know, he won't make another one.
I guarantee you, he'll make some more if enough people start bugging the shit out of him. Like if like thousands of people, or maybe even tens of thousands of people started bugging the shit out of him, I guarantee you, he would start making these again.
Which is a real shame, honestly. I'd love to see more people get their hands on this. But he is working on a new design, which looks even more pen-like. And this will likely be sold
Ooh.
over on his Discord, and that will be linked down below too.
Oh, or he's just making like a V3 version or whatever. What is this? So this is the new one of this? And it's like, wait, so how would you hold this? Is it like this? Like you're... Look at this. What is this? I don't even know what this looks like. This looks like a torture device from Saw that you stick your finger in. And it's like, this device will explode in 30 seconds if you can't solve this riddle. Oh, man. This is actually pretty cool, though. I am actually, like, very happy that at least, like, one other person is willing to push the envelope in terms of, like, mouse grip, mouse design, in terms of gaming mice or whatever. Because, you know, for a while now, like, the gold standard is, you know, the GPX or whatever. And, like, there's no real innovation in terms of, like, shape. So, this is really cool to see someone, like, trying to push it in that respect. So, kudos to this dude.
I really can't wait to see what other innovative approaches Olaf and Precision Gaming Gear come up with, and they have my full attention. I love brands like this, man. It's so refreshing.
Hey, maybe you should add like an AI button to this, and then put a subscription model and attach it to the mouse, and then sell the whole concept to Logitech, and maybe they'll pick it up.
Olaf, keep cooking, brother. Great job, and I hope to chat to you very soon. Peace.
Oh shit, here we go. Woo! Sit down. All right, not bad. All right. We got beans. All right. What that boy doing? What that boy doing? One more bullet. He's one. All right. Oh. Oh. He's rezzing. He's rezzing. Oh. Oh. Woo. Oh wait, we got one more. Nice. Oh.
If there's one
Oh
answer
shit, that was nice.
So it's not.
So this is actually cool. I'm a fan of this. I don't know, maybe I'll go check this out. But more innovation in one product than the entire mouse industry in the past 30 years. Crazy stuff. Yeah, good on this guy for doing, like, trying to push it in terms of, like, mouse, like mice shapes. 100%, man. This is cool. And I mean, obviously this is like a niche of a niche of a niche type of thing. Who knows whether or not the shape is that beneficial versus just practicing more. But this is a cool concept. I dig it. And I support it 100%. Very cool video. Thank you for making it and showing the world this like a haunting mouse shape. But yeah, it was very cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.